my question to you is that what would you like to tell the young people out there who are working under pressure in stressful environments about chasing excellence? How can they maintain their mental health stance?
Well, good morning, everybody. I think it is a tough question because pressure is always going to be there, and pressure brings in um, you know its own things, such as self-doubt, for example. I lived in I was involved in sport for 20 odd years, and pressure was part and parcel of what I did. I was never able to get rid of it. It's a matter of learning to coexist with it, like we are trying to coexist with COVID at the moment. So pressure is always going to be there. So I think the first most important thing to do is accept it. And really learn to accept that yes, there are going to be moments which are going to be tough. There are going to be moments which are going to push you out of your own comfort zone, and that's okay. I think as human beings, our nature is to resist things when they are uncomfortable, and that is what exactly we do with pressure. But the moment we learn to accept it and just learn to coexist with it, things do become a little bit simpler, and you start to focus on what you're supposed to be focusing on. I think pressure also brings in self-doubt. It certainly did for me. I was in the sport of shooting, as you know. It is a lonely pursuit. It is a lonely sport. But for 20 years of my life, my constant companion was self-doubt. I was never able to get rid of it, and I was never able to gain confidence, as many psychologists try to instill that in me. So instead of really chasing self-confidence and getting rid of self-doubt, what I actually started to chase was self-respect. I started to chase self-respect by making the journey the reward, and really getting detached from outcomes, really investing in the journey by following it with a lot of honesty, with following it with a lot of integrity. And I wanted to be the best version of my own self. And that to me was the most important thing. You chase self-respect by being answerable to nobody but yourself. I think you have to have the courage to look yourself in the mirror every night and ask yourself the difficult question that have you done your best in whatever you're trying to achieve, whether it be on the field of play in sport or whether it be in business or whatever you're trying to chase. Have you given it your all? Have you brought your A game to the fore? And if the answer is yes, and you've chased your dreams, chased your goals with integrity, hard work, and honesty, you will have a good night's sleep. And hard work ends up being the best sedative that you can ever get. So that is what I would definitely advise young people to do. I would also like to advise young people not to believe in the equation that success or a gold medal equals happiness. I think you have to try and reverse that equation and chase your goals by reversing that equation, and that is that happiness equals to success. I made that mistake for a long period of time where I thought a gold medal would bring me happiness. It certainly did not. And then to be successful in my chosen field, I reversed the equation, and my results were much, much better. Finally, I would like to tell people that I think it is important to invest in relationships. I think that is the most important thing. You will all be very successful in whatever you may do, and may you all have a lot of success. But at the end of the day, when you do succeed, and when you look back at your careers, what will really be meaningful is the relationships that you build. Really try and invest in them. And what you will learn is that, the relationships that tease you, that make you a little bit uncomfortable, will end up being the most valuable ones that you build. So all in all, that is what I'd like to say in my remarks. This is what I learned being in sport. Sport was my greatest teacher in life, and that is how I live my life. So good luck to everybody. Pressure will always be there. You just have to learn to coexist with it.
Yes, very, very important points there, Mr. Bindra. And I think one of the things that you said in the beginning was that, accepting that pressure is going to be there. There is a lot of research in psychology which says that if we accept and if we recognize and report the emotion or the feeling that we're feeling, the impact of that feeling goes down in our brain. So recognizing and accepting that yes, I am stressed, or yes, there is pressure, will automatically reduce the impact of the stress or the pressure on our on our brain. And I think two things that really struck with me were that the equation for happiness is not does not always lie in in achieving a particular stance in success, whereas also investing in relationships is what what will take life forward. So thank you very much. Those were very, very valuable inputs, and I'm sure a lot of young people out there, and even not so young people out there, will get a lot of inspiration from what you said. Thank you very much.